Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is David. If you're new here, hi, welcome. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, welcome back. So today I am going to be showing you guys all of the novels that I have actually bought on my Kindle for the month of September. This isn't really a long list. I've wrote down all the books there. Usually it fills up the entire page. But I've got halfway through and that's okay. I haven't bought that many books for my Kindle this month, but that's okay, I suppose. It's not really trying to save money. It's maybe because I haven't had time to buy as many books on my Kindle as I usually do. Or maybe it's because I haven't seen any books that actually catch my eye. So I'm just going to show you one by one them. I'm just going to show you them on the screen. And if I have anything interesting I've got to say, I will do so. I will be reading from the list as well. I will be going from top to bottom. So the first book that I'll be showing you is the first book that I bought at the beginning of the month. And the last book is the book that I bought most recently. So before I get into showing you the books I've actually bought for September 2020, I just want to say that this is part of a series that I'm doing. This is a reoccurring videos that I'm doing at the end of every month. So I think I will put them in their own separate playlists so you can so they're all together in case you guys are interested in that. It will probably be something called like Kindle Reads or something along them lines. So if you're interested to know what books I bought for like August or any other past months, you can go into that playlist and have a little look around. With all that said, guys, let's get straight into showing you all the books that I've bought on my Kindle for September 2020. So this first book I got because it's from an author that I want to read everything that he's ever written before, and that being Terry Pratchett. This one's part of the Discworld series that he did, and this particular story is called The Last Continent. I don't know anything about this story whatsoever. I don't know what it's about, what the characters are like. If you've read this book, let me know in the comments down below if this is a good one. I only picked this one up because, yes, I want to buy all of the Discworld novels on my Kindle, and because it was on an offer for the month. This next book I'm going to show you was recommended to me by Kayla Lenzen. Well, it wasn't recommended to me specifically, but she did a video on it on her channel, and I'm pretty sure she gave it 5 stars. She gave it a lot of praise, and it encouraged me to give it a try. And that is The Other Miss by Mary Kubica. I probably said that name completely wrong. And at the top it has a little blurb saying, "Every marriage has its secrets." So this isn't really the sort of thing I would usually pick up. It's a thriller, like a domestic thriller, kind of like Gone Girl, which I haven't read. Anyway, it's not really my cup of tea. And this usually isn't probably my cup of tea as well. But I thought I would at least give it a try. It was relatively cheap on my Kindle, so I thought I would give it a try and see how I feel about it. I will be doing a review on this at some point, as well as all these other books. But when I do, I will give it a fair review. Yeah. So The Other Miss. This next book I'm going to show you is a non-fiction book, and it's based around a subject that I want to know more about and get more exposure on, or actually from rather. And that is why I am no longer talking to white people about race. And yeah, as you can see, 2 white people is in white font on the white background. So you can just about see it. It's like it's got a little drop shadow on the cover, so you can just about read it. But it's more or less invisible, and I'm sure that's made clear about why that actually is within the book itself. I have read White Rage by Carol Anderson, which is currently on my channel. I will link it down below if you are interested in watching that video, guys. Extremely hard-hitting book that was, and I have got several books on my Kindle about race, as I feel it's a interesting and important topic for us to actually delve into. This next book I'm going to show you is one that I bought during the buddy read I was doing with Kayla Lenzen during the Lord of the Rings book that we were reading together, and that is the Letters from Father Christmas by J.R.R. Tolkien. Yes, this is a Christmas book that is written, sorry about that glare, guys, sorry about it, it's not focusing. But yeah, this is actually written by the same guy who wrote The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. This isn't a storybook. I had a look at this and I was aware about this when I bought it. It's a book that contains actual physical letters that Tolkien wrote to his children when they were small, pretending to be Father Christmas, and the book is spread out through a wide range of years and decades as well, and yeah, I thought it was really sweet. I am going to be reading this and reviewing it for Christmas of this year, so if you're interested in this book, let me know down below and I will make it a top priority for you guys. But yeah, this is the first time I will be reading this during Christmas, so I'm looking forward to that. So sticking with the theme of J.R.R. Tolkien, the next book I bought was another Tolkien book. This is Tolkien and the Great War, The Threshold of Middle-earth. If you have seen the movie called Tolkien, this is the novel that the movie was based on. If you haven't seen that movie, I would highly recommend it if you are a Tolkien fan or a Lord of the Rings fan. And yeah, I'm extremely looking forward to reading this one. This is a non-fiction book based on the man himself. So can't wait to get into this one. This next book was brought to my attention by Kayla Lenzen. We were talking on social media and she brought it up and she showed me the cover and I thought it looked really, really creepy. And I looked it up on my Kindle, read the little blurb, which was only about a short paragraph. As I believe this is not a novel, it's a novella, and that is Stirring the Sheets. And it looks so creepy. I'm not even trying to pronounce the author's last surname. It's like Chad something. Apologies for that. But the cover looks so good. The story sounded really creepy about a man that's lonely and I don't know if he falls in love or has a relationship with a dead, with a female corpse. But yeah, sounded good, so I picked it up. This next book was a kind of a book that I wasn't planning to read as I wasn't aware of it. And that's because this is written by one of us, a fellow booktuber. That's a fairly small booktuber, and she writes books, and she did a video based around this book saying that, okay, I've actually published my book. So I watched that, and immediately after I purchased it, I will put a link down the description down below to that video, so please watch it. And that is The Colour of Our Souls by Anna Ransell. Apologies if I've said that wrongly, but this isn't published by a like a well-known author. This is published by by one of us, a fellow booktuber that happens to be a writer and happens to actually write a book. It's about 300 pages long. I believe it's kind of a fantasy book, although I could be wrong. I did read the first page and it was really good. I will be reading and reviewing this in January of 2021, so please keep an eye out for that. I'm extremely excited to be reviewing this. She's aware that I'll be reviewing this as well, I told her. So yeah, I will put a link down below to that video and to her channel, so please check her channel out and that video out as well, guys. This next one I'm going to show you is a book that I kept on seeing in bookstores and I wanted to pick it up, but I It's by an author that I want to get all their works on my Kindle, or most of them on my Kindle, and that being Snapshots by Brandon Sanderson. I know that there's a lot of Brandon Sanderson fans out there, and I feel that I'm going to become one of them. I've only read Skyward, and I'm going to be reading Mistborn in November, which I'm extremely looking forward to reading. Only the first book, guys. And then if I like it, I'll read the other books. But I actually saw Snapshots in the bookstores, and I was meaning to pick it up, but I wanted to put it on my Kindle. And it's not a novel, it's a novella as far as I'm aware of. It's only about a couple of 100 pages long, maybe 200 or 300 pages long. If you have actually read Snapshot, let me know down below if it's a good one. It sounded interesting when I was reading the synopsis. And sticking with the theme of Brandon Sanderson, I got his very first book called Atlantris. As far as I'm aware, this isn't part of a series. This is a standalone fantasy book. I'm so sorry about the glare, guys. I really am. But yeah, I have heard that this isn't a great place to start with Brandon Sanderson, but I thought I would give it a go. I'm gonna be reading Mistborn and the Arithmetist as well before I probably go into this one. But I've got it on my Kindle, so when I want to read it or get round to it, it's already on here. So the next one is also a Terry Pratchett book, and that is the Theif of Time. This is part of the Death series. If you're not aware that the Discworld is such a wide and big series, it's got about 50 books, and they've got all these little subsections. Got the Witches series, got the Death series, and all these other little series that combine the series as a whole. And yeah, it was relatively cheap, and as I said, I want to get all the Discworld novels on my Kindle. I also got another Clive Barker book this month, surprise, surprise, and that is The Theif of Aways, or the Theif of Aways. Sorry about the lack of the cover, guys, but it's what you expect from Amazon and Kindle. And I am pretty sure this isn't an adult book. This is more of Clive Barker's attempt as a children's book. I don't really know much about it, but it was relatively cheap, so I picked it up. This next one I'm about to show you is from an author that I want to read more novels by. I've only read one novel by this person, and that is Neil Gaiman, The Graveyard Book. There was two versions of this on Kindle. There was the ordinary version, and there was the, oh sorry about the glare, guys, and the 10th anniversary edition, which this one is. There was no price difference. They were both exactly the same, and they're both exactly the same books. The only difference is that this one has an introduction by someone called Margaret Atwood. I'm not familiar about what she's actually written before. And this one, I don't know if this is more of a YA book by Neil Gaiman, but yeah, it was interesting about a boy that was brought up in a graveyard, and he grew up in a graveyard or a cemetery, and he does have all these creepy illustrations which I've just saw. I mean, look at that. I mean, my God, if I saw that when I got up in the middle of the night, I think I would have nightmares for the rest of my life. But yeah, excited to get through that one. And sticking with the theme of Neil Gaiman, I also got his American Gods book. I saw this one really recently in my favourite second-hand bookshop, which is about 10 or 15 minutes walk away from my house. And I was nearly going to pick it up, but I didn't because I was afraid that I wouldn't have much space in my room. And quite frankly, I want to actually get all of Neil Gaiman's books onto my Kindle at some point. I know this is a very popular book, and this is the movie cover as well. Not movie, the TV series. I haven't seen the TV series before, so if it's any good, let me know down below, and I'll consider giving it a watch. But yeah. I read the back of this and it sounded really interesting, so I thought I would give it a try. So this next book I have bought on my Kindle, I do not have a physical copy of it because I pre-ordered it. It's a book that's going to come out on the 6th of October, and it's called Nightmare by Chad Nicholas. Fun fact as well, guys, this was brought to my attention by Slowly Read, again, link down below. And I saw his thumbnail for the book, and based on that thumbnail alone, I went on to Amazon and I searched the book. It was relatively cheap, only $2.99. So I thought I would pick it up and give it a try. I read the synopsis based on the book as well. Because even though I do love everything that Slowly Read does, some of the novels that he actually reviews aren't really my cup of tea, which is fine. So I liked what the book was about, pre-ordered it, can't wait to read it at some point during the time between now and the time I die. So yeah, this next one is a non-fiction book that revolves around a rock band that I am a fan of, and that is AC/DC. Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be by Nick Wall, or Mick Wall rather, sorry about that. I am not sure who Mick Wall is. I haven't read any of his other work before, but I am a big fan of AC/DC. I'm always listening to their music on YouTube, and I've even got a couple of their t-shirts, which I wear as often as I can. So yeah, I've got Slash's autobiographical book. This isn't about a specific member from the band. This is about the band as a whole and their journey through their music career. So yeah, I'm extremely looking forward to reading this. I want to read more books around either musicians or artists, or actors or directors and stuff like that. So really pleased I picked this one up. So for this final book, some of you may be aware currently that I am reading Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. I am absolutely loving this book. It is such a great book, and I can't wait to do a separate review on it. So because I like this book so much, I decided to pick up its sequel, which is The Lost Worlds. This is the second book in the Jurassic Park series. And also, fun fact, guys, I cannot buy this one on Kindle. You can get like an Italian version of it, but because I can barely speak and read English, so Italian is completely out of the question. So after I finish this one, I'm probably going to hang on to this one. But Lost World, you can get this one. It's really cheap, about $1.99. So sorry about the lack of the cover, guys. But yeah, I don't know when I'll get round to it, but because I am loving Jurassic Park so much, I will make this one a top priority. I'm not sure whether it's going to be exactly like the movie, because the Jurassic Park, the novel, follows the movie more or less, but it changes a lot. But I'll go through that in my review on it, guys. And it's also got a picture of the island as well, which it's got some dinosaurs there, which probably reside on the island as well, which is cool. It's split up into two, like this. The island is split up into two bits, but I presume that's because it's on like a page, so yeah, it's split up. You get the idea. But yeah, I thought that was like a really good aspect of it. It doesn't have any pictures or illustrations in the Jurassic Park book, but it tells you what dinosaurs are on the island as well. So that's all the books I bought on my Kindle for September of 2020. If you want to buddy read, do a buddy read with me with any of these books, let me know down below and I will take it under consideration. I always try to do as much collaborations and buddy reads as I possibly can, because it's enjoyable. It's fun to actually do. If you have read any of these books, comment down below. Let me know what you thought of them. Spoiler free, guys. Just don't add any spoilers down below if you've read any of these books. But if you have, let me know if they are worth my time reading. So with all that said, if you like this video and if you've enjoyed it, please give it a massive thumbs up and a like. Comment down below. Let me know if you've read any of these, as I said, and anything else that you want to put down below as well. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. If you do subscribe, please click on the little bell notification, just so you are aware whenever I upload videos. I upload videos every Monday and Friday. So with that said, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep reading, and I will see you in my next video.